Good morning. I don't know about y'all, but it is a wonderful day. Friday, 80 degrees in Atlanta. Good morning. It's your boy Doug, 60 gang. I'd like to say good morning to those who woke up with me today, May the 9th. And happy birthday to those who have a birthday today. And my condolences go out to those who did not wake up with us today. You with your boy Doug, and I was just chilling in the bed, minding my business, trying to figure out whether I was going outside. And I was like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I was gonna go work out. And I would say that only thing keep me from working out is to make some money. So money called. I get called for money every day. So money said, can you come pick him up? And I said, I'll be right there. Money said he is waiting on me in a town called Hiram, Georgia. That's West Georgia. So we're gonna go out there and pick money up. Since you need a ride, need me to come pick him up. So, y'all ride with me. As we do our thing. We going from the east side to the west side. Hiram, Georgia. And ride with your boy. Oh my God, my itch nose. I should put the air on. Oh, yeah, put the air on. Let's put the air on and turn off the defrost. It's 80 degrees outside, so I guess the fair temperature would be what? 65, 67 degrees. Yeah. This way, that way. We're gonna roll out at 67 degrees. So I worked in the yard all day yesterday. Cut my grass, cleaned my whips. So I guess since I'm up, I'm gonna pick up money. Just gonna ride out there, pick money up, then I'll probably come back and change clothes and do a little weightlifting.
You have a message.
Yeah. Nothing better to do, so I can do both. Make money and I can work out. Rather than just do one. I just multitask. Hey, make some money and work out. Sound like a plan? Go somebody else. You said, there is some money waiting on you. In Jonesboro. Tomorrow. But I'll be going to, I can't go that way tomorrow. I'll have to pass money down sometime. Alright, let's go to Hiram, Georgia. Everything.
Stuff I've seen in that phone. Not only was this man abusive, but he was gay with an OnlyFans and selling fake pictures of girls on Snapchat, on whatever websites, masturbating websites with other men, recording himself. I'm seeing so much. What? You got it from another guy? Y'all sharing toys and you're not watching? Why are you sharing toys with another boy? Like, it was just, again, it's not making sense. And I'm trying to leave out. And I'm walking calmly this time because I'm assuming he's not going to touch me while I'm holding this baby. Wrong. Knocked the little baby out of my hands and everything. Like, I'm pretty sure he was in there working them jaws or something. I don't know. He had to be doing something. Bent over the seat or something. I don't know. So I met him when I was in 9th grade. He was in 12th grade. He was trying to talk to me. My homegirls at the time pointed out instantly, girl, what you trying to talk to him for? And why is he trying to talk to you? Bigger question. He's in 12th grade, whole thing about to graduate. You just got here. That's nasty. I was like, all right, y'all right. I only talked to him for 2 days. Not even 2 days, like a night on FaceTime and then a day.
Hold on. So, I mean, what do y'all think about that? 9th graders with 12th graders. Most 9th graders are like 14. A 12th grader is like 17. At least I was. I graduated at 17. So, I mean, I guess if it was so much of a problem, they wouldn't put fucking 9th graders in there with 12th graders, right?
And then that shit was cut off. The only thing I remember from him, thinking back from high school, is that he used to walk around all, like, sad all the time. Like, really sad. Like, head down, hands in his pockets, with this little earphones in, just looking gloomy. I don't know. But it was supposed to be because his mom died around this time, allegedly. I know that because the little bit of time we spent talking, that's what we were talking about. Like, we were trauma bonding because my brother died when I was 12. He was shot by an off-duty police officer. And his mom was supposed to have died from cancer. Breast cancer, to be exact. If you ask other people, they're going to say he was walking around sad because his grandma died. So he reached out to me in like 2020, 2021 on Twitter. And I know that it was that time because it was like peak of COVID. Or like, not peak, but like COVID was still hot and popping, okay? He had said that his uncle had just passed away from COVID. His uncle was supposed to be keeping my baby daddy's niece. So I guess it would be the uncle's great niece, but it was supposed to be my baby daddy's niece. Allegedly. So he told me he was moving from New York out of his Manhattan apartment, whatever, to come back to Maryland to help move the stuff out of his uncle's house. We were talking for like a month, maybe 2, and I did not see him in person once. But I know he's local because he told me he was coming up here to help his uncle or coming down here, whatever. But we never linked up. And then we just kept talking. I guess the trauma bond kept building. He was pretending to be into stuff that I was into, like Grey's Anatomy, little stuff like that. Like, just, he was, the biggest thing for me was he was pretending that he knew what it felt like to really be depressed and have like real suicidal ideations and just going through stuff, like just not wanting to be here anymore because like just how people around you that's supposed to be close to you can make you feel, or like losing somebody so close to you, like just knowing that he could feel like how I was feeling. I don't know, it was a bond, whatever. And so at this point he convinced me like he was like a decent person who was like could be like emotionally mature and understand what I was going through, and that he would be able to be there for me because I'm thinking like we're going through like the same types of things. He's just lost his uncle, he lost his mom before, and then y'all, why I found out during the trauma dump sessions, like we started linking up at this point. We're smoking together, all this stuff. He tells me that his, like I said, his mom died from breast cancer, and then he tells me his dad died of suicide. He said his dad shot himself in the head after he was born, and that the only memory he had of him and his parents was going to Disney World as a very small baby. And he also said that he had other siblings within the trauma dumping in this time period that we're smoking together and talking, y'all. Like,
and this fool falling for this sad, sorry story.
And also killed himself but the brother was not his mother's son. The brother was his father's son, and that he killed himself. His name was DJ, and that he killed himself because he couldn't.
My question is, why would someone have a man that got so many sad issues? No woman want to be around a man that is so depressed, and he's going to bring you down with all these sad stories, and y'all trying to build a relationship. It absolutely makes no sense.
Good bit. Mind you, at this point, we've been linking up. He's been riding with me to my job. He rode with me to my job for like 2 weeks and just sat in my car while I was working. And in my mind, we were just, I guess, so codependent on each other emotionally that like I didn't second guess it at the time. Like, oh, okay, if you want to ride, you don't got nothing else to do. If that's what you want to do with your time, go ahead. He would really sit in my car the entire time I was at work. But now looking back, it's like, okay, you were just watching me trying to see what I was doing. He then convinced me to quit that job so that I could ride around with him and we could make money.
Doing what?
I did it though. I did it at the time. I was like, yeah, after this 9 to 5, like he was like speaking life into my dreams, making it seem like we could make it come true. Mind y'all, I'm thinking he has money. Because he told me he was a real estate agent. He has this apartment in Manhattan doing so well for himself, and he make these beats for these people, local artists, and
You got an apartment in Manhattan and you sitting in her car at her job till she get off for 8 hours. You don't have nothing else better to do, Mr. Real Estate Agent? Makes no sense at all.
now we're just riding around doing shit like Instacart, DoorDash, and then boom, another sibling is dead. He's talking more and more. He tells me he has a sister, and he has this tattoo on his neck. It's initials. He said it was his sister's initials at first, but then I'm gonna get to the end later. He said it was his sister's initials, and he told me that his sister died in a car accident because she was riding with her abusive boyfriend who started beating on her. Mind you, she was pregnant at the time she died, allegedly, and he started beating on her on the highway. She crashed the car, and she died, and the baby daddy...
Now she continuing straight his situation, going into other people's situation, which has nothing to do with them two. And then she spends time talking about what he said about somebody else. A likely story.
is with him and the uncle. Are y'all keeping up?
No.
Okay, y'all, so 5 deaths at this point.
You should be
Him
worried
and the
about if
uncle
you're
was
the
supposed
next
to
one
have
to
custody
die.
of the little girl. The uncle ended up dying. The little girl's name was Mariah, allegedly.
Did you go to the funeral?
When I tell you, this man used to talk about Mariah, damn, Mariah. He made it seem like he was always having her, like when he came back, and like before we started linking up and stuff, like he made it just seem like he was always having her, driving her around, taking her places, going to Chick-fil-A, ordering this, ordering that, doing this. I was like, okay. But when I started to come around more, where is this person at? Where's this person at?
When you start coming down from being
So
high,
I guess he noticed that, like, oh, she's coming around more. I'm not gonna have
no stories to tell.
Mariah here to show, so I need to do something. Okay. And just a side note, like the pregnant sister who was supposed to have died in the car accident, she was supposed to live in the house too that the uncle was living in that also died. But mind y'all, like I said, the family, he said that was like the family house that everybody could go to when they didn't have anywhere else to go. And so it's supposed to be common for families to come in and out of the house, like if they got evicted or something. I don't know. So let me just skip to Christmas. I'm gonna say Christmas Eve first, because y'all not gonna believe this. So like I said, I'm coming around more often. Where's Mariah? You know I love kids. I keep hearing you talk about this person. You always want her and da-da-da. Where is she? Where is she? Christmas Eve rolls around. Oh, and we're supposed to be linking up. I get a phone call. Oh, you're never gonna believe this. Mariah was just in a car accident. My sisters came to pick her up. I'm like, what sisters? He told me I got two sisters. They came to pick her up, and they were taking her somewhere, and they didn't have a car seat, and they got in a car accident, and they're fine, but Mariah was ejected out of the window.
And she died.
She broke her arm and her leg. What?
Let's go to the hospital.
She was supposed to be 4. This 4-year-old little girl got evicted from the car on Christmas Eve.
You mean ejected? She got ejected. So is he lying?
I'm gonna just have to do both
he
these
lying.
videos a month because, yeah, he said she was a victim.
This story is starting.
If you live anywhere here in the red circled area and you have an old, struggling air conditioning or heating system,
I would not believe a thing she's saying at this point, because he's straying off into other goddamn situations that have nothing to do with her situation.
Yeah, he said she was ejected out of the window, the front.
You have a message.
Yeah.
And turns around on Christmas when I actually see him. Like, okay, first of all,
Get your lie right,
back up a
babe. I'm
second.
starting to think you just
the
making
doors in the house that he was staying in, that was the uncle's house that he was staying in, were like wooden. So it kind of looked like he was sitting on the floor next to the door, trying to make it look like he was sitting in the hallway in a hospital or something. But just thinking back and like clicking everything, like, wow, you was really in the house the whole time. So Christmas comes, he's sad or whatever, and I'm outside. He starts waiting for him to come outside. He doesn't come out for like.
He was saying or whatever. Let's move along.
But now, like, where is all that motion? Where is it? Non-existent. And it was be to the point where, like, we're going out to eat and doing stuff, but bro, we sitting at the table for hours after finishing the meal because this man has no money. He's waiting for somebody to send it to him or something. I don't know. Like, well, I end up finding out, to be honest.
Well, we're finding out that you one dumb broad.
So time goes on. We're stuck in this cycle. I'm pregnant now. I end up pregnant. I've always wanted to be a mommy. Me finding out I was pregnant gave me like that spark back, like, in my life. Like, I've always wanted to be somebody's mama. That was my biggest dream. But I knew when I got pregnant, this is just going to be my baby. I don't know what time. I just knew.
Who else baby would
Also,
it be?
just want to say, this man has no social media. Never really has. Like, he's not out there. I don't know. He's like so off the grid. It's a little scary. So now I'm pregnant and I really want to know what's going on. Like, what's tea? Y'all, I start going through that phone. And this is why I'm scared to touch a phone now that's not mine. Y'all, when I tell y'all the stuff I seen in that phone, not only was this man abusive, but he was gay with an OnlyFans and selling fake pictures with girls on Snapchat, on whatever websites, masturbating websites with other men, recording himself. I'm seeing so much. And you know what? I didn't even see all of that at once. That's just like through the time period of my pregnancy. But before all of that, I seen these messages with him and his best friend at the time. They're sending each other, the best friend is a girl, by the way. They're sending each other back and forth gay porn. In my mind, and my job, while I'm going through his phone, this man is passed out sleep, looking ugly with no socks on. I hate it. Passed out sleep. He made me into the type of girl that it's like, I'm gonna have to call this girl and see what's going on. So that's what I did. I reached out.
You see what's going on. Oh shit.
She is stupid. It's an unbelievable story, first of all.
To
And
the
then
best
she got
friend
pregnant.
to see what was going on. Basically,
She is trying to think of the rest of the ridiculous ass story to tell.
and she was like, I don't feel comfortable. Do too much on her. Basically, I asked her, so is he gay? And she was like, I don't feel comfortable discussing about your sexuality. Girl, you just said yes. You just said yes. I'm listening. But you just said yes. What do you mean?
I mean, you already know that. You see gay porn, hey man. You see some fucking porn or some niggas doing some other niggas in that motherfucker, that nigga gay, bro. Straight up. Fuck is you talking about? Hell no. It shouldn't be no more confirmation than that. Oh shit.
She's stupid for staying with him.
Mind you, and I skipped a little bit because before I even got pregnant, I went through that phone and I found out he was still talking to his ex-girlfriend and this other, like he was still talking to endless girls, and I did not know because this man would be in the car with me all day, riding around in my passenger seat. I never seen him drive. I never seen him in the driver's seat. Riding around with me all
never
day.
Seen him in Manhattan either.
Sitting right next to me talking to girls. How? I just...
Damn, he didn't even have his own car when he convinced her to goddamn quit her job. Damn.
Dumb.
God. Damn.
Stupid.
Okay, y'all, so he's just, real freaked out. Real nasty. He likes girls with penises. He likes men. He likes girls without penises. He likes everything. And I just want to say, I have proof of everything that I seen in that phone. And he knows I do. But I have proof of everything. I pay a monthly subscription for a photo vault on my phone, just in case somebody ever want to get jumpy, okay? But, so let me just be real raw and honest with y'all. I'm 3 months pregnant to go to my doctor's appointment to get checked up. I'm sitting in there by myself because this is the first appointment he didn't come with me to, conveniently. The doctor comes in. Oh, hey, Miss Roy, how you doing? I see you didn't acknowledge my email. What email? Oh, you tested positive for chlamydia. I'm 3 months pregnant. I'm not out here doing nothing. I was so taken back. Like, what? I just started crying. Like, I didn't even say anything. I just started crying. And I could tell she felt so bad for me. And I just felt so dumb sitting in that damn office.
Oh, now she's feeling sort of dumb. Would have been dumb from the time she got pregnant. I mean, he never told her about the Manhattan. She totally lived in Manhattan with an apartment, but she never been. Always riding in her car. Then she ended up getting pregnant. I mean, she didn't see all the signs. Come on, man.
As soon as I left the appointment, I'm on the phone.
Hey, I underestimated this story. Fuck with this story. This is a good story. Damn, I underestimated this story. I really did. Damn. Oh shit.
What? So you want to tell me what happened? Like, where did this come from? Oh, it probably came from you. From me? What? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Accuse me of messing with somebody I used to mess with. And what? After he knew that wasn't gonna fly. Oh, well, I ordered a toy off Amazon and they probably sent me a dirty one. Bro, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. And we should be suing Amazon right now. Cause what? That makes no sense. Show me the purchase history. Show me the receipt. You have none. Okay.
What kind of toy he wanted? He
bought it through his phone so you can see his purchase history.
He must have mean for her type shit. Gotta be. Well, we already done heard what he into, so it don't gotta be.
Okay, so where did it come from? Oh, well, actually, I didn't get it off Amazon. My friend gave it to me. What friend? His name, da-da-da-da-da. I'm not gonna say your name, bro. I got you. I'm not gonna say your name. But, what? What? You got it from another guy? Y'all sharing toys and you're not washing? Why are you sharing toys with another boy? Like, it was just, again, it's not making sense. But we will argue down, like we were arguing down about it to the point where of exhaustion for me. Like, I'm pregnant. It was already exhausted before I got pregnant, but at that point it was just like, what? Like, I was just get so worn out and beat down, like, to the point I would just have to go to sleep. Like, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't drive. I just felt so weak, mentally and physically, like, to sleep. And then, like, after that argument, because what, and I still don't know to this day, like, what was the cause, where it came from. I have no idea. Actually, I have a speculation because one night, and he didn't have friends that would, like, pull up. He had friends that we would pull up on, but after everything happened, and when I get to the end, y'all gonna know what everything is, but after everything happened, and I started talking to people that, like, I met through him, they would be like, oh, no, like, we just talked to him because he was threatening to kill himself, or we just talked to him because we felt bad for him because his family died, or we felt bad for him because of this, and he just was depressed and needed somebody, so everybody's feeling like I'm feeling. One person even said to me, oh, I thought that he wasn't like that anymore because you were with him. No, I just didn't know. So all y'all seen me messing with this crazy man and nobody gave me a warning. Like, I had no idea. But one night I went to sleep and got up, looked outside. It's a car outside. It's a two-door car. It looked like it was nighttime. So it was either black or like navy blue. And it had like a sunroof on it. Like, not sunroof, but like it was a convertible. I'm looking out the window. Who is this? And I'm not thinking he's outside, but like when I tell y'all, the neighborhood we staying in, full of old people, it's not too many new cars that you're gonna see around there, especially late at night, like it was. So then he comes in the house. I wait up, because let me see, like, is he outside? Let me see. Wait up a little bit, because like I said, he usually left me in the room by myself. Wait up a little bit, he come in. I'm like, who that? Oh, my friend something. I forgot who he even said it was, but it was definitely a guy's name. So, and that was before my doctor's appointment. So I'm pretty sure he was in there working them jaws or something. I don't know. He had to be doing something, bent over the seat or something. I don't know. I found out that Mariah wasn't real. Like, confirmed that she wasn't a real person when he had told me that this little picture, it was a picture of a little girl in our bedroom in the house that we were standing in with our uncle, and he said that that little girl was Mariah. And after meeting his little cousins, like, because the uncle had daughters and they had kids, so their grandkids will always be at the house visiting their grandparents, and I lived there for a little over a year, so of course, like, I got to know them. And it's weird that I got to build an actual bond with the kids and not the adults. Like, none of the adults really made it a point to get to know me, and they knew I was, like, up in that room. And it's like, maybe in their minds, I was the one being shady, but really, he was telling me, like, no, stay away from these people. You don't need to get to know them. They're bad people, and da-da-da-da. But I still ended up, like, building a bond with the kids or whatever, because kids are kids. So, yeah, the little girls ended up telling me, like, no, that's me. That's not, I don't even know who Mariah is. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, and if they're here all the time because it's their grandparents' house, they would definitely know if somebody named Mariah existed. So it was in that same house actively within like a month before, like, if okay, so on Christmas when he had, hey Dale. So on Christmas, when he had me outside waiting for that hour, there was also a black Range Rover out front, and he told me that it was a girl whose family owned a church coming over to pray with his family because Mariah got ejected out the window. That was not the truth, because Mariah never got ejected out the window because Mariah never existed. So I touched on that, and then I touched on how he like described the people at the church. He said that this was like his second family, and they knew that he was like this orphan, like how I thought he was, and didn't have any support system for real, or real family. Only had this, that was a lie. His aunt that we were staying with for real, because he didn't mess with the uncle. I don't know. So he said that the girl who was his friend, whose family has a church, that her dad mentored him, helped him get his real estate license, helped him get all his hours or whatever, helped him get his job and everything. Never happened. Never happened. So eventually we end up having to move out the aunt and uncle house. Not just us though, like everybody had to move out. Like it wasn't their family home no more. So
Y'all went to
My relationship
Manhattan.
with my family just wasn't the best. Like during my pregnancy, even before my pregnancy, that's how I kind of ended up with him. In the first place, I didn't really have nowhere else to go. So we smoothed things over enough to the point where like we could stay with them by the time I was like 7-8 months pregnant. So we stayed with my parents for like 2 weeks. Within that time span, I believe my dad gave him north of $1,000 to help him get a driver's license.
What?
And for us to be able to move into the apartment, because apparently he had
This chick, absolutely no idea what type of man she wants. This guy's absolutely useless. And he's bisexual. You figure it out.
moved into our apartment, whatever. And by this time, like, we're not even sleeping in the same bed. Like, honestly, I wish my dad never gave him the money for us to move, because those 2 weeks we were staying here, like, I would have conversations with my parents, and, like, I'm thinking it's going to end up, like, they just kick him out. And he just got to find something to do. Mind you, I'm asking him, like, oh, you're so locked in with this friend family, the friends who came over and prayed for you at the church and stuff, why don't you ask them to stay with them, something, whatever. I need to my hair. But, why you can't stay with them? He was like, oh, I just can't, they don't have the space for me, da-da-da, they will let me. He's just walking around my house, sad as shit, all this, whatever. So before we moved into our apartment, I saw him, I went through that phone again, and I saw him texting the best friend that he was sending the gay porn back and forth with. When I say gay porn, I'm not talking lesbian porn, I'm saying men on men. But, I saw him texting with her, and basically, within that thread, there were also new photos of him. So when I looked in the thread, I saw, we have like this full body mirror in my house. It's not here anymore, we got rid of that shit. But we had this big old full body mirror in my house, and this man had a full nude, like, photo shoot porn session by himself in my parents' house on Mother's Day. Mind you, his mom is supposed to be dead. When Mother's Day would come up or her birthday would come up, he would just act so sad and crying and upset with his siblings that are still alive, which is supposed to be 3 sisters, and he only talked to one of them. I only met one of them in person, and that she was a dyke. I only met one of them, but she was cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't know these people. So yeah, I had a whole like photo shoot butt naked in my parents' house, and I was just so disgusted, and I was so embarrassed. Because how am I going to tell my parents that this happened? Like, we weren't home. It was Mother's Day. So me and my dad rode out to go get something for my mom. My mom went to her mom's house. And he was just supposed to be in here sad. I don't know. But that's what he decided to do with his time. Yeah. And I wanted that to be my way out so bad. My dad gave him that money. I couldn't tell him. Like, I just felt bad. Like, I'm going to be dragging him into something. My dad's probably going to go to prison, killing this boy. I don't know. I just felt stupid. I felt stupid.
Finally.
So by the time we moved into the apartment, we weren't even sleeping, like, in the same bed. Like, he was on the couch, I was in the bedroom. So, of course, the abuse never stopped. But anybody who's been in an abusive relationship, you know it's not always bad. Like, they'll do something crazy and then they'll make up or try to make up for it in, like, other ways. So I'm gonna skip to my due date, because yeah, the abuse never ends. So I don't need to keep telling the same type of stories over and over again. But on my due date was like, I thought he was gonna kill me, y'all. And this was the second time I thought he was gonna kill me. Like, really believe he was gonna kill me. The first time he had a gun. The second time he had this dead look in his eyes, like, I didn't know what to do. So I woke up, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I went in the closet. I'm trying to pack my stuff up. And I don't know how he knew, but I turned around. We had like a walk-in closet. Turned around. He's standing at the door watching me pack up. He's like, what you doing? What it look like? Like, what it look like? I'm leaving. Like, I'm scared. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Like, I was so pregnant, y'all. Like I said, it was my due date. August 26th. That fight got so bad. Like, it got so bad that multiple people in our apartment building called the police. And I just remember hearing the banging on the door and the way he like cut and looked at me like, if you say something, it's up. And I was just like, oh shit. And it was my due date. I'm in my head like, I could pop any second and all of this is going on. Like, I just want to go to sleep. Oh my God, I just want to go to sleep. Sleep is like my only escape. Like, oh my God. I just wanted to go to sleep. So when they came in, I'm like, I'm okay. Da da da. Obviously, they knew I was lying. But like, they couldn't do anything because I was denying it.
And why did you deny it?
I regret that so bad. I regret that so bad. So
this bitch is goofy and stupid.
I'll be back tomorrow, y'all. Actually, hold up, because I just realized I started a part of the story and didn't finish it. So he did that whole little...
Can't y'all tell she's got some type of mental illness? Let's move along.
He was lacking the entire time I was dealing with them. So, I'm gonna go, my uncle gonna give me a car. I'm gonna spend some time with them. I'm gonna just get my mind right. Whatever, bro. Do you what you gotta do. I don't care. So, I'm gone. Like, I'm getting my nails done, hair done. I'm just trying to get myself back together, get back in a good headspace. Like, I just been down bad for so long. So, as I'm getting my hair done, my friend, she texts me and she's like, oh, hey, you want to do something? Let's hang out. She asked me to come to MGM. I'm not knowing. Hold up. And mind y'all, no, I'm not even going to say that yet.
Just start with the truth.
I'm not knowing that she is with him because he's supposed to be in Philly, right? Luckily, that night, I did not go. I was getting my hair done. I don't even know if I should say luckily, because I told her, okay, I'm getting my hair done. I'll just come to church. Because like I said, her family has a church. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just come to church and we can go to brunch after. She's like, okay, cool. That was the plan. That's what I did. The next morning, I got up to go to church. I went to church. I got there a little late, but I made it. Amen. So when I walked in, I'm sitting like in the back because like I said, I got there a little late. I see her like, hey, whatever, and then keep going.
You have a message.
Yeah.
And the pastor's just like standing around with the mic, like he's waiting for something to happen. And I was just so confused. Like, what's going on? What they doing? He just called the community, like, who needs Jesus? Come to Christ, come up front if you need prayer, whatever. Nobody got up, everybody, you know. So he's just kind of standing there waiting, and then this music is playing on the piano. I look over, and here comes my baby daddy coming out a secret side door. I wouldn't even say secret side door, but like, I wasn't expecting anybody to walk out that door. Like, he was in the main entrance. And he proposed to me in front of a church full of strangers. He manipulated my friend into thinking.
Alright guys, this story is just too fucking unbelievable because she's just changing and switching, going backwards and forwards. Let's move on. Too ridiculous. And she was dumb to stay with him after knowing all that. I mean, come on now.
is in love with her man Dejan, but she had to put him on relationship probation after she discovered he was cheating with strippers. She now is suspicious that Dejan is up to his old tricks and needs my help to unlock his phone. Everyone, please help me welcome Aaliyah to the show. How are you doing?
How are you? You look nice.
Yeah, don't play, because your outfit is everything.
Yeah, you got me beat.
Okay, this is cute. Okay, so Aaliyah, besides you being fly, tell me about your relationship.
Okay, so me and Dejan have been together for almost 5 years now.
Okay.
We do social media together. I obviously love him so much. He's so fine.
Oh, y'all a beautiful couple.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And we recently moved to Houston. I don't know, I just noticed a change in him when we moved to Houston.
How did you find out that Dejan was cheating on you?
My friend is a bottle girl at like clubs and stuff in Houston. My friend sent me this stripper page on Instagram and was like, I think like your man is at the strip club. And like I see him in the background. I asked him, where you at? He's like, the club. So I was like, send me a picture of the club. And he wouldn't do it.
Y'all men ain't learned yet. When the girl call you, she already know what's up.
So he wouldn't do it. Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I just don't get it.
They're dumb. So I waited till he got home. I'm like asking him, so where were you? And I smell alcohol on his breath. Like I know he was there for sure. And he's drunk. And he's trying to hug me, kiss me, like, oh, I miss you. Like, bro.
Okay.
Don't play with me. So I was like, bro, so just tell me you were there, blah, blah. And he was like, I was there, but I only went because my friends wanted to go, and I didn't want to be the only one to say no.
So at this moment now, when you learned about this, what did you learn about his strip club habits?
So he has his own card, and I have my own card, and we have a joint account. At first, he was using his card, but then he was starting to use our joint account. And I'm like, bro, we use that account to like save. I'm like, he's being that disrespectful that he's about to go into our account and throw my money on these bitches.
Yes.
On their ass.
That's your money that he's using.
Right. And like I even told him so many times, if you really want to go, we could go together. But you going out and doing that on your own, like I don't like that. I hate that. Like, cause I don't want to be with a boy that's addicted to the strip club or something like that. Like that's really weird to me. And like some people have other opinions on that, but I like that just really bothers me.
Well, the fact that you said, hey, if you want to go, let's go together, I think is a step for you to say like, hey, I want to be there for you, but I'm also not trying to control you to tell you that you can't go.
Exactly. If you're in a relationship, you should be going with your partner. I get it if you're single, like that's totally
I like that you said it's not an unhealthy boundary to set.
Not.
So what happened when you confronted Dejan?
He realized that I knew, and I told him, honestly, I'm not about to deal with this like any much longer. So you can either stop or like respect my wishes, or we're done. And I feel like when he kind of like started doing better and stuff when I said that, like he still hasn't shared his location with me, and I don't want to be the toxic girl, like let me look at his location, see where he's at, blah blah, but it's like he's giving me the reason to now.
So you put him on relationship probation? What is that?
I told him he can't go out. I want his location, which I still haven't got, and like I want to be able to just go through his phone whenever I want to and stuff like that. We're still working on the location.
Okay, so the probation is almost up, and that's why you want me to unlock this phone.
Exactly. I at least like want him to start sharing his location with me, so I have nothing to worry about. He claims he's always like at the gym and stuff, which he is an athlete, so I believe it. But I'm like, there's times where I'm like, bro, no, you're not.
Yeah. Dejan says he stopped going to the strip clubs. Do you believe him?
I haven't gotten over it completely, so really I don't believe.
technical difficulties. Stay with me. I'll be right back.
8 years. We love each other. I love him. He loves me. But sometimes love's not enough. Love don't.
Just giving up money, 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 giving up money.
We supposed to be on the same pace.
Nah.
We supposed to be the same
I want to know.
See,
Is this your sports car right here?
both of them, and they had me take that one because my outfit kind of matched the car, so they had me take it that day. You can't get the car started.
You know your feet are not touching the ground in these photos.
The feet in my feet, look, they on the ground.
No, that's Photoshop.
See, it's these delusions that I deal with that he just think he the parlay king, parlay guy.
That's my look. You see that building back there? That's my garage. She mad because that's why she don't know nothing about none of this stuff.
You can afford those cars, but you can't afford to keep the water on.
About none of this stuff.
You can afford these cars without keep the water on.
I'm the parlay king. Heavy as the head to wear the crown.
Where my rings at?
Heavy as the head to wear the crown. Where your rings? Where your rings? Look
in the
for
PlayStation. You put on the PlayStation.
Where are the
PlayStation.
Why?
Where? Okay,
when you think about it logically,
that's the whole house.
Think about it logically.
That's the whole house.
Think about it logically. 2 years old. She can't even hold the controller.
You bought it.
She can't even hold the controller.
You
So I'm
bought
gonna
it.
ask you.
I
So
told you
why
that before you bought
why
it.
do you think that Shantia should be paying more bills?
Because I'm getting the money. I'm the parlay king.
What are you doing with your money?
I'm getting the money. Money stacked like this couch high. Money stacked high like this couch. I'm getting the money. So
then I shouldn't have to pay no bills.
So she talking about.
I shouldn't have to pay no bills.
So ain't that what the goal is? But if she ain't trying to pay no bills, why I'm supposed to do? Fork up all my money every time?
I shouldn't
I'm
have to
supposed
work.
to fork up every single dollar I got. That's what I'm supposed to do. But if she not supposed to do that, that don't make no sense. Y'all all ain't intelligent. That's what y'all saying. Because that don't make no sense.
So hold on.
That don't make no sense.
I mean, I'm forking up money if you're not paying the bills. Somebody gotta pay it.
2 plus 2 equals 8.
Well, I saw the text message.
If you're not paying the bills, I gotta pay
2
it.
plus 2 equals 8. And Cobra and all them from
I
Planet
saw
of the
the
Apes is
text
real.
message.
That's what it is.
I saw the text message about the water bill, and it said that it was about almost $229.
Yeah, that's
You-
Menisco
but hold on.
money. That's
You paid-
you
paid
little
$50.
bitty.
You
That's
paid
little.
$50 on that. Why did you pay
The whole thing.
your half? If we're going off of your logic, you should have paid half. Why did you pay half?
He told me he was gonna pay the whole thing. He was mad because he had to
See, that's what she
I'm
said.
just going on your logic. Why did you at least pay half?
Why? Because I've been paying everything. I've been doing
Your logic, you
everything.
just said that at least she should pay her part and you'll pay your part. Why didn't you pay half?
Because I'm getting tired of being what you call it, like reprimanded. Like it's like mandatory. Like I got to do everything.
So you don't want to do responsibilities.
I get up.
So
I
he
changed
don't
the
want
baby
to do
diaper.
responsibilities.
You changed your diapers.
What's she doing? Sleep. You tell me where that's going. She's supposed to be the nurturer. She's supposed to be the nurturer of the nation. She's supposed to. She carried this baby.
You two are married,
baby.
correct? You two are married.
Do that sound like a team to you?
And you have children, right?
Yeah.
So you're married and have children. You think that like because she's catching a little extra Z's while you changing a diaper that
No,
shows
she
that she's
ain't
not
catch them ain't
holding
little
her weight?
Z's. Them Z's is capital letters. She ain't catching no little Z's, man. That's what I'm calling them is capital Z's. She look. Whenever you look at it, look. Whenever you look at it, look. Check this out.
Don't I work
You see
out?
that? You see that? You see her nails? You see her hair? You see that?
Yeah, we
You see look. You see the glasses? You see the
He didn't buy
earrings?
it.
And then whenever it comes time for bill time, then it's like, oh,
It does not bother you that Shanti is upset about this, about you gambling? Does it not bother you?
This is my money.
But hold on, you're in a household together, so this can't be your. It can't be your money if y'all in a household together. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Whenever the time comes, no, I'm still the one that got to fuck up everything.
His cousin. And what do you do?
I work at a state facility.
She don't make more than a parlay king.
Okay.
I work and I parlay, and that ain't just part.
So why are you not paying all the bills?
Why y'all keep clapping for this? She ain't look.
Why do I have to worry about paying the bills?
Look,
okay, Ian, you tell me about your parlay. You keep calling yourself parlay king, parlay. Tell me about your little parlay system.
Like I said, I can't give it all away, but you can look at this right here.
Okay.
You take this right here. This out of bounds, this inbound, right? Say you watching football, right? Your team down. Boom. You think your team finna lose all this stuff? Boom. Catch the ball. He can throw it to the bottom to the player. Boom. Player stand bound. That team want to win. You know what I'm saying?
I don't hear a system yet.
I don't know much about sports, but that
system
That's the greatest system ever go by.
That don't sound too clear.
Cause look,
out of 10 times, how many do you win?
Out of 10? I'm a 10 out of 10. I ain't lost.
Is that true? He wins 10 out of 10?
I'm a 10 out of 10. She don't know how I win.
I'm still working.
She don't know how I win. I'm a 10 out of 10.
I don't want to work.
Tell you, she don't know how
Okay, so what happened to Shantia's rings?
Where my rings at?
Sure, you probably on the real ring too.
Yo, who said that?
Where your ring at?
Yo, she can't double ask questions. That's a double jeopardy.
Where your ring
Let me
at?
ask where's your rings then?
I don't know what she did. She did something with them.
So you think that she did something to her own rings and your rings?
Yeah, because she gonna keep, for what I do, she gonna keep the house everything. She just gonna run off on me. You just gonna run off. Yeah, okay.
It's your money.
Okay.
I'm the parlay king. You make money.
Okay. All jokes aside, Ian, Shantia is not the only person who thinks that you have a serious problem here. Your cousin Alonzo is also here to talk about your gambling issues. Everyone, can we please welcome Alonzo to the show?
That's funny. Y'all funny. With the red shirt, y'all funny, boy.
All right, so Alonzo, why did you reach out to me for help?
I reached out because I'm highly concerned.
For lies?
No, I'm highly concerned for their relationship, for the survival of their relationship. I really want.
You highly concerned for something that don't even involve you.
No, now I'm out here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it right.
This don't even involve you.
So because what it is he's jeopardizing a lot of things. He's putting a lot of things on the line, and it's costing him a lot. And I just don't want to see him lose everything because I truly care about both of them.
Yeah.
But it gets iffy when I give him $3,000 and he loses my money.
So you've given him $3,000 and he's lost your money.
That's right, like, cause he has all these crazy superstitions about lucky socks and lucky gloves
Yo.
It makes sense now why you're involved in this, because not only are you seeing their relationship being deteriorated by this gambling problem, but you've also been affected by giving him money and him losing your money.
That's right.
$3,000 is a lot of money to give somebody.
Yes, it is. I mean, he's really good at convincing you.
He'll be on $300. That's $300.
How much money does he actually owe you?
No, that's $100.
$3,000.
Your cousin just said you owe him $3,000. What is your response to that?
He trying to get in. He trying to play a parlay. You trying to play a parlay, you got to pay play. If you lose, you lose. I ain't playing for you.
That
ain't my money. That's your money.
I understand what he's saying.
You try to play. You try to. If you can't hopscotch, you gonna fall on your face once you roll them little rocks on that.
I understand what he's saying, but I wasn't guaranteed no payout. It wasn't about me. I wasn't guaranteed no payout. I was never told I was gonna win anything. So it was more of an investment than me trying to play a parlay.
Got it.
It was definitely more of an investment. But then it gets crazy and it gets extremely hurtful when Shantia calls me very upset.
What did he say when you asked for your money back?
He said he's gonna win it back. He said, I got you. I'm going to just keep investing in the parlays. Oh, the Rams play next week. Oh, the Lakers play next week. As soon as I'm going to make this parlay, I'm going to pay you back. And then either the team loses or he bets wrong. Regardless of the thing is, he's 0 for 10.
Hey, nah. Wow. That's with somebody else's money. With my money.
So you owe somebody else money.
I'm perfectly fine.
Alonzo, I want to know, what do you think that Shantia should do about their marriage?
I honestly... I don't know what's needed, but some sort of counseling is needed. Some sort of counseling is needed because I don't think Ian takes it serious. I don't think he takes it serious at all. I think Shantia is very serious. Like when we start talking about PlayStations and taking from kids and life, like you let my water get cut off, we got a problem. And it just alarming when he's giving away things that's jeopardizing the family. She's crying, she's upset, bills aren't getting paid. You're risking livelihood at this point, and I don't think a parlay is worth it.
Yeah, and how many kids do they have?
4.
4 kids. And these 4 kids are in the house and seeing that the money is going, seeing the bills aren't being paid.
That's right.
These kids, they know how to get the money. They know.
But your kid,
they know what's up. They know.
Hold on.
They know.
We got a pig right now. There's one more person who can give us some more clarity on Ian's gambling. It's Ian's other cousin, Tim, who's here with more insight. I want y'all to take a look at this.
Karamo, Ian called me to be a support system on this show, but I gotta keep it real with you. He owes me a ton of money, about $2,000 to $3,000 worth. Like, I support the guy, I love him, but Ian's a very smooth talker. He's lost me a lot of money on these parlays. Ian, we gotta come to an understanding. Give me my money back.
So that is now on top of your own money that you have lost. There's now a second person in your family who says they're being affected by your gambling.
Cash up y'all money. How about
Seeing
that?
like you digging a pretty big hole.
Okay, hold on. Tim is here right now. So Tim, talk to me.
I understand in the beginning, we were doing real good. You were making me a lot of money. But honestly, I just felt since at one point I had to stay with y'all that I had to really help you come up with a lot of this money to make these bets. But now, like, we good. I'm on my feet. Y'all were doing good. But now you're just hurting the family. Right. You're bringing me and Alonzo in, and we have nothing to do with this. I'm just trying to get my money back from you so we can end this relationship. Like, we still cousins and family, but I need my money.
Tim,
like, I gotta do.
Tim, do you agree that Ian has a problem? Tim, do you agree that Ian has a problem?
Yes, he has a problem because he doesn't realize now he's not winning money. He's just borrowing extra money to pay more people back.
I ain't in debt.
It's not your money to be in debt. I'm in debt.
He in debt. How am I in debt?
This is your wife, and your wife is telling you that as a family unit, y'all are in debt.
I'm getting money. Whenever I get the money, we gonna put it together, and then they gonna get their ends back.
But we don't get the ends because they never win.
I'm the end that's gotta meet. My name is Ian.
Listen.
I'm the ends meet that you gotta meet.
You are the problem.
I'm that. I'm the end of the circle. Full circle.
Listen, my family in the audience. My family in the audience has some comments as well on this. I can tell by y'all reaction. I want to hear y'all comments. Hear what y'all think about this. What are your thoughts when you hear this?
$2,000 in debt there. Water bill getting shut off. You the parlay king. Where's all these winnings going then?
Right. He is the head to wear the crown.
Where's the winnings going? All I gotta say. Where are the winnings going?
Where's the money?
Where's the money?
If you have all this money for all these supercars, why is your getting shut off?
They lost their money.
Thank you.
They lost their money.
So you said that your money is in the bank. How much money is in the bank right now?
Pocket checking ain't what I go for. You know what I'm saying?
How
It's
much
just like
money is in the bank? You can't sweet talk and over talk me. How much money is in your bank?
Enough to
do what?
Do what I
Pay
got
for a
to
water
do.
bill?
You see the card?
You know, compulsive gambling is a disorder and a serious addiction. Do you know that?
See, that's what I say. But I got OWD, obsessive winning disorder. When they come to me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to know seriously. Do you realize that realize that 3 family members are here telling you that you have a problem, and all you're doing is making jokes?
She ain't my family. She wife. This ain't no joke.
That's family. Family is wife.
She wife. She wife.
So do you realize?
She can wake up.
You owe me the most.
She can wake up and close the door whenever she want to.
Okay.
These two, I'm telling y'all, mama.
You can tell jokes all you want. Let me tell you what happens. After a while, the jokes only go so far where we start laughing. Because now we're all seeing the seriousness of this.
Karamo, this is how I feel about it. I love him, and this is really what he truly believes. I'm not gonna stop loving you, but you gonna have that by yourself.
So your wife just said that y'all are about to separate.
We don't want that. And that's
your
why
wife
we're
just
here.
said that you're about to separate.
Let it settle
How does that
down,
make you feel?
Like the parlay.
I'm just trying to get money, man. I'm tired of being broke.
I know you're tired of being broke, and that's why gambling is it seems so enticing to people because it's a quick fix. But there's an ugly side to that, which is what you're living right now, where you're losing the money. You are not winning in life. Let that sink in. You are losing money. You're about to lose your wife. You're about to lose your family. Yeah. Stop chasing a win. You got to win right there. Look at the win you already got. Can you turn to your wife right now and say, I have a gambling problem?
Hold on.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Take your time. It's all right.
I may not, but it looks like I do have a little bit of a problem with gambling.
I need to hear from you, and I know that your wife needs to hear this too. I want to get help for my gambling addiction. Can you say it to your wife?
I want to get help from my
You got it.
I want to get help for my gambling addiction.
Good job. Good job. I know that was hard. Good job. Good job. We're gonna get there. All right, so I got some things for y'all because you just took a first step. Some things for you two. The thing for you two is no longer can y'all bring up the debt that y'all had with him, because at the end of the day, what happens with that is when y'all talk about the $3,000 y'all gave, it makes him think that he needs to go out there and start gambling more to get y'all money back. So are you two at a place right now where you can hold off on getting that $3,000 back?
Yeah.
Are you as well? Yes?
I got you.
Great. Now for you, the first thing that you have to do, being married to someone who has an addiction that is gambling, is that you have to first separate your finances. You have to figure out how to get your money into a separate account. Doesn't mean that you're not going to support him with bills, you're not going to be there for him, but you have to also have your own separate thing. Secondly, that credit. Because if he's not able to, which I believe he's going to take the steps to get this gambling under control, if he's not able to, you have to rebuild your life. What I want to do for you is I'm going to pay for credit repair for you so that this credit can get good. You hear me? I'm going to pay for that. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. It is going to be tough because you're going to have to weed yourself off of commercials. You're going to have to weed yourself off of internet ads. You're going to have to weed yourself off of all the things that say win, win, win. Gamblers Anonymous, they got stuff like this. It's going to be a journey, but I promise you, the same way somebody can be sober for many years, the same way I'm sober for many years, you can get sober from addiction of gambling. And you have to change your lifestyle. But you got somebody here, you got somebody there, you got somebody in this audience who want to support you. All right? You got it? Y'all gonna be all right.
Yeah, he gonna be all right. There's so many people in America with mental illness, whether it's gambling, sexual illnesses, or just plain old mentally ill. And we gotta reach out and help our people. It is so many of them, especially when it comes to women. They are demonized from society, making them think that being dependent on government assistance is more important than raising a family independently. And you see a lot of them where they think they're lawyers and they can tell you what to do because they're getting money from the government, which means they're getting money from me as a taxpayer. And the mental illness, and primarily the black women, it's just something terrible to see. And I just wish that we can all reach out and help one another, because the way the society's got us now, we're fighting each other over nothing. Over nothing. This guy got the whole road blocked. Now I gotta get over somehow. He's got the road blocked that way. I'm going to turn. I can't get through there, so now I gotta turn. I gotta be able to turn somehow. I can't get over. Can't get in. I gotta go all the way down here and come back up. This road all fucked up. Freaking U-turn. This is called the Echoes Farm. Looks like a retirement community. '63 Highland Drive. Wait a minute. Misplaces. It's got way in the wrong neighborhood. I missed my turn. Up our house. They moving in. Let's see going out here. It's crazy. steak and sushi. Every Tuesday, 50% off on sushi rolls.
You have a message.
Yeah.
Welcome. We are in Hiram, Georgia, and this is our turn. No outlet. One way in, one way out. The number is 63. Let me inside. This must be it, right? 63. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and look at the dryer, promote my business, and then we'll be right back. I shouldn't be long. And we're back. It's dryer repair. I don't take long, man. I get in here, get it done, you feel me? Turn back on the AC, dog. Right? So I wasn't gonna do nothing today, but hey, I'd rather make some money and work out than just work out. Feel me? You do the same thing. So now we are headed to the crib. Tomorrow I'm headed to a town called Calhoun, Georgia. Yeah, Calhoun, Georgia. Never been. It's just below the Tennessee line. I just want to go ride out. And guess what? I'm going to take you guys with me. So now we go back. We go back home. Change clothes. Work on the old 60. I'm 60. Going on 63, guys. Good Lord willing. So it's May. In 4 more months, I'll be 63. But in 8 more days, I'll be getting married again, guys. I would appreciate congratulations on the comment line. And I'm gonna post the wedding. I'm gonna post the wedding on YouTube, so get ready for that. The last time I was married, it was in 1982. And I was just out of college, and I got married in a kitchen in Section 8 housing. And then right after I got married, I had to go back to work. But this time, I want to have one of them real weddings. You know, I want to go down the aisle with my little tuxedo on. Had the traditional wedding where I put the ring on the finger in front of my mama. You know what I'm talking about? So in 8 more days, we're going to do that. It's been a year in planning. We're down to 8 days. I mean, it's been a rough, because, you know, when you're planning a wedding, you get all these unexpected situations that happen. People are unable to help you. Like, we wanted to do it at my mom's house, and what was happening is that we couldn't do it at her house. We should have did it, but it was like a duplex. But my mom has a sister named Doris, and she had a big house and a big yard, and LaShawn loved it. So we started formulating. She said, "Can I get married in your backyard?" And my aunt said, "Sure." So we started plotting and planning on having the wedding at my aunt's house. And we just ran into too many obstacles as far as getting certain companies like the porta potty people, and some other things that we were just having difficulty putting together. We just having difficulty. Hang on. And so we went from her house to a recreation center because we're just getting too many difficulties trying to plan it in her backyard, and we've also doing it in another state. So we finally found a recreation center that had everything we needed. We didn't have to go through no more adjustments like porta potties and electrical and cafeteria. It got a cafeteria. It had everything. When you get a recreation center, you got everything. And we was trying to put everything in the backyard, and it just made more sense just to go with the recreation center. But the plotting and the planning and getting people like decorators, the florist, catering, invitations, it was just more than we expected. It pretty much drained us out, but we just kept sticking through it. And then some unfortunate things happened. LaShawn's mother became ill, and now we had to adjust for that because what she went through, we had to adjust for that. So now we had to move from a regular car to a wheelchair accessible because LaShawn's mom's no longer, able. She had a situation. I'm not gonna say what it is, but she's now permanently bound to a wheelchair. So then we had to add the wheelchair to the budget. Not the wheelchair, but the vehicle. So we're coming in a wheelchair accessible vehicle, and we're going from Georgia to North Carolina. We did all this stuff in the whole year. It's a good thing we started early because we had all these unforeseen roadblocks, and by us having enough time, we were able to adjust to the roadblocks and just keep on pushing. And now we're down to 8 days. Everything's done. The floor is done. The catering's done. The location's done. The wheelchair accessible van is done. LaShawn got a Airbnb, and she also has a limousine. Everything's done, and that's one of the things, guys. If you ever plan something, plan as early as you possibly can, because you never know. Be unforeseen circumstances that just changes. It just changes everything about what you want to do, because you never know what's going to happen that becomes an obstacle to your plan. And if you give yourself plenty of time, you can adjust. You can either retreat, try something else, or keep pushing through, make an alternate decision. It just, planning ahead means so much. So in 8 more days, we're gonna go ahead. And I mean, it really has been a hell of a budget. I'd like to say congratulations to 50 Gang for being able to, as a team, come through it. We paid for this situation out of our pockets together. It just shows you how much we want to be together. And so we spent a hell of a lot of money to have this marriage the way we want. We didn't get it the way we wanted, but at least we pushed through. And I'd like to congratulate for her sticking with it. All the bills are paid. Everybody's been paid. All we got to do now is wait on the date. So get ready for that, guys. Ladies, yes, in 8 days I'll be off the market. So let's go home. We're going from West Georgia back to East Georgia.
We've got a good one for you today. We've all heard of the term body shaming, which is the practice of humiliating or criticizing someone for their physical appearance. And it's something that is affecting our culture for everyone, both young and old, men and women. Which brings me to my first guest, Chantel. Breaking up with friends and taking a step back can sometimes be a hard thing to do, but is very necessary. Chantel is fed up with her ex-friend Christian, who she says her fat-shaming Facebook rants were deal breakers for their friendship. Let's take a look.
We in a world too much acceptance. Everything ain't acceptance, sweetheart. It ain't. Spandex ain't for everybody, sweetheart. No fat shaming. You should be ashamed to be fat. Social media has these thinking that everything is accepted. Everything is not accepted. Oh, you killing them, girl. Ooh, hot girl summer. No, fat girl, you look stank. You worried about putting makeup on your face. You need to be worried about getting that fat off your body. Y'all gonna be offended? I don't give a okay? You're lazy. I'm calling a spade a spade. You're lazy.
Well, everyone, please welcome Chantel to the show. Okay, first of all, we give it up for a queen when we see a queen, right? Okay, it's normally not my place to judge, but in this case, we saw that disgusting video. And it's disgusting and I don't tolerate it, so please tell me a little bit more about your ex-friendship.
Well, Christian and I were friends for about 4 years, and he's been taking to social media on these rants about, you know, how women should look, big, small, if we need to be in the gym, we need to stop making excuses, and that is really torn our friendship apart, like, because I am big into body positivity. This is what I stand for. I've been this shape.
An amazing shape. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Since 14.
Yes.
So having to have this battle constantly, and then to have it with your friend, somebody you considered a friend, that's where it hurts me the most.
Oh my gosh. So what are the type of things that he's personally said to you?
Rants on social media, what he posts, and it affects me because he comments under my things too. And I'm just trying to uplift everybody.
What does he comment under your things? I want to know.
Oh, we need to go to the gym. You need to stop wearing makeup, lashes. The Spanx aren't working for us. It's bad. You see, can you read that, please?
Body positivity is just another way of saying you lazy and would rather put on makeup and lashes, wig, weave, nails. All you try to cover up is the fact that you lazy and weak. No.
So you can see why this has bothered our relationship. I can't even look at him no more, let alone talk to him.
Why confront Christian now?
Because it's not only for myself, it's for everybody. I have a daughter, I have 4 kids. 4 kids. So I don't want her to ever have to go through this.
How did you get this confidence?
I started in plus size era at the age of 14. So I just knew I wasn't gonna look like everybody else. Yeah. So I had to stand in the mirror and be accepting of what I had. All you can do is own your sexy, own your beautiful, and just give it to the world, because authentically it's just you.
How did you get there?
Counseling, standing in front of the mirror, saying mantras every day, just people around me telling me how beautiful I am, and finally having the to believe it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
How do you define that courage?
Well, you always want to keep positivity around you all the time, because negative anything plays on your mental.
Amen.
And brings you down, and you don't want to feel like that. So having to step away once you express to that person, look, this is what's bothering me, this is what you're doing to my self-esteem, and either you're going to fix it or we can no longer be friends.
Amen.
And that's it.
So I want to know, why do you think Christian says these things?
Secretly, I think he likes plus size women. You know, usually when someone, you know, taunts something, it's
thou
something,
who protect.
You know?
That's what they say,
yeah,
right?
So deep down inside, I think he may have a fetish for plus size women, and he just can't get it out. That's what I think. You know, that's usually how it works.
And so now that Christian is out of your life, How's that been affecting you and your family? Because I know your kids used to be close to Christian, right?
Yes. Christian and his son also, our kids play together. So for them not to be a part of each other's life, that's like, we shouldn't have to live like that because you feel a certain type of way. You can always keep your opinions to yourself. We come in various shapes, sizes, colors, and why can't you just love me for that? Why is that not enough?
Yeah.
So.
Do you want to repair this relationship?
If he's willing to change, if you can get through to him, Karamo. It's been hard. I couldn't get through to him.
What does change mean? Because it's one thing to say stop posting negative stuff, but what does it mean for you for him to change? What does that look like?
Just keep the negative comments to a minimum. Matter of fact, don't even say them at all.
Yes.
If you want to help the community, if you want to get more people active in fitness, be an example. It works to be an example versus putting someone or anyone down for where they are, because you don't know what they're dealing with in their life. You don't know what they're possibly going through, and you're just tearing us down even more. So if I have confidence now, imagine the next girl who doesn't have the confidence.
Yes.
And it could be a situation where it's the all in to be all for that person.
Listen, it's the truth. Before we go to break and we bring Christian out, can we show the world why you're a plus size model making it all hitting these runways? Everyone. Chantel, and I need to talk to this man, Christian. Come on out. No, we're not gonna boo him. We're not gonna boo him. Shake your hand. How you doing, Christian? How you doing? I'm good. Come take a seat. You look smooth. I ain't gonna diss you. You look smooth. You look smooth.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Okay, so I saw that video, and the only words that came to my mind was disgusting. Why do you feel like you have to be this rude and put these videos out to like talk about people's weight?
Well, let me tell you something. I tried the other way, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried the other way. I've used good vernacular.
Did you?
You talking to me or you?
Oh.
Listen, I tried the. See, that's what happens. They
I don't
get
recall,
entitled. But I tried the other way. I have videos. I have posts.
She was just trying to make sure. This is your friend. She was there.
Yeah, but she.
I haven't seen that.
I mean, come on now.
Leave by example. Why do you have
You're an offensive tackle. I'm a coach. This is how coaches talk to tackles. I mean, y'all big. I'm just being honest with you. This is how coaches talk to tackles.
Excuse me,
I mean, yes, you are. Well, a nose guard then.
So I want to know, why do you believe that women who are the size that Chantel is should be fat shamed? Why do you believe that? Because that's what you're doing. You're shaming women.
I don't call it fat shame.
What do you
is
call
it the truth? Is she
truth to you?
No. It's the truth. See,
For who?
See, your movement has. It's almost like y'all want to join different movements instead of joining the gym. It's the truth. Everybody can see. There's small people, there's anorexic, there's in between, and then there's obese.
But why is the obese crowd that you're attacking? Why are we the issue?
Because you're unhealthy. Let me tell you something. Hold.
There are people who are size 10 and are unhealthy. They eat crap. They don't take care of themselves. Just because you're a small frame does not mean you're healthy.
Why is it a problem for women to celebrate their curves? Oh, why is it okay? Why is it not okay for you?
You can celebrate curves, but when it becomes unhealthy, let me tell you something. The number one killers in the community, right, are hypertension, high blood pressure, and what else?
Diabetes.
What else?
Heart disease.
Heart disease. All of those are a direct contribution of what? Obesity, being overweight, having this much pressure on your heart. Your skeleton's not even prepared to carry that much weight.
But that's a different conversation versus saying that someone is lazy, saying that someone is like not the way.
No, I tried it the other way. And I don't care about you not being my friend because let me tell you something. If I can't listen, and I'm not saying it that way, but I'm saying it in this way right here. I gotta be your friend. I gotta tell you the truth, the honest to God truth. You got friends around. You got no. Okay, well, what is the way?
Everything.
There is no way to tell the truth.
Yes, it is.
No,
be an example. Show people that working out is important and why it's important.
Well, I don't show people working out is important. I don't show. I don't do that.
On top of the antics that you put out
you do
on social
videos.
Media.
You do videos on social media, and for the past 3 years, you've been the same size. Where's the
What's wrong with my size? What's wrong with my body?
Christian, I want to know, why do you feel like you're not being judgmental?
Because it's the truth. Listen, when you go to the doctor,
this is what we're going to have to do. And honestly, we're going to have to stop saying that that's the truth.
Thank you.
Because the thing is that it is, unfortunately, you giving an opinion about someone's body is not the truth. That is your opinion. Yeah. But you calling someone lazy, you saying that they go to the store, they're fat, these are not truths. You can't keep calling them truths. That's not because I'm looking at this queen right now who is not lazy. She has a family. She's not lazy. This is not a lazy woman.
I've known her.
And you want to call your ex?
I don't see the results. I don't see the result.
But you're saying you don't see the result.
Come on. So
As I think my family here has told you, they don't agree with you. They agree with Chantel.
Right. There are some people right now that do agree with me. They're sitting beside someone that's probably an upright hog, and they don't really want to say nothing. They don't want to say that.
Hold on. Did you say upright what?
Hog. That's how you look.
It's not acceptable for a young man, because I'm gonna call you young, that knows better. If you had a daughter right now and your daughter was being talked to this way, if I called your daughter an upright hog, how would you feel?
If she would look like an upright hog, she'd just be an upright hog. It is what it is.
Absolutely
Sometimes you gotta embrace the truth.
Absolutely
For real.
not.
For real.
No, I have a daughter. Why would I want anybody to speak
Okay,
on
so
her
if this
like
is body
that?
positivity, are you teaching the positivity to your daughter? Does that mean you give your daughter honey buns in the morning? Is that body positivity? Just be fat?
Body
Just be fat?
positivity is not about that. Body positivity is loving yourself where you are in life. And what you do not like about yourself, you
No,
take
it's
the
not.
steps
Okay,
to
well, it's
work
not.
Well, I'm
on
gonna
it.
cut this real quick, because what I want y'all to know, and I want everyone at home to know this as well, no woman should ever have to debate a man over her body. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this conversation right now. So I want every woman at home to understand this. There will be men in your life that are ignorant, that want to tell you that who you are is not enough. And let myself, let Chantel, and let my family here in the audience be the first to tell you your body is perfectly designed as is. You keep loving who you are, and if you can't find that love in yourself, there are people like us that want to reach out to you and send you that love. Don't ever listen.
I understand that you've made it. I just want to get a better insight into what is the basis of your objection, so that if there's something that we can do to remove that problem, we can work in good faith to do so.
I object to this joint hearing because of the corruption of the President of the United States and his ownership of crypto and his oversight of all the agencies. I object.
Mr. Chairman, before I yield, I would just note that a good regulatory product, good regulatory rules of the road, I think would provide an environment where people would have more faith in the marketplace. And I think these conversations are a critically important part of getting there. Thank you.
The chairman of the full committee on the financial services, Mr. Hill, is recognized.
Thank you, Chairman Stile. I want to be really clear and set the record straight today. The ranking members expressed concern about the conflicts of interest, which is why she's disrupting today's joint hearing. Through her actions today, the ranking member has thrown partisanship into what has historically been a strong, good, working bipartisan relationship. For those of you that may not know, we held a similar hearing, a similar joint hearing in this same building in May 2023 under the leadership of Chairman Thompson, then ranking member David Scott, former Chairman McHenry, and ranking member Waters. The purpose of that hearing, like today's hearing, is to discuss the importance of rules for digital assets so that every market participant must abide by them. I was encouraged by the engagement that we received from last Congress by members on both sides of the aisle. There was overwhelming support from the House Democrats and Republicans on legislation that brings digital asset markets into the regulatory perimeter and closes the gaps in regulation. Gaps that we all agree exist. Gaps that President Biden agrees that exist. Gaps that President Trump agrees that exist. Members worked hard to provide robust consumer protections, and they did so in a manner that would make our constituents proud. We left our differences at the door, and we were honest and transparent in our legislative work. Members on both sides of our committees are committed to crafting legislation to provide that regulatory clarity to encourage responsible actors in the digital asset ecosystem. That's what most of the members in this room are here to discuss today. As the ranking member currently pointed out, to hold a joint hearing, we must receive unanimous consent from both Republicans and Democrats to proceed. The ranking member received ample notice, more than 6 weeks, and negotiated an additional witness for the minority. Yet after that good faith effort, the ranking member is objecting today. We agreed not to notice legislation to this joint hearing, yet the ranking member is objecting today. We determined a seating chart, discussed opening statements and witnesses, yet the ranking member is objecting today. I want to thank Agriculture Ranking Member Craig and her staff, Subcommittee Ranking Member Don Davis, Chairman Benham, and our witnesses who've traveled here to be dedicated to their time to share their views with the committee. I also want to thank Chairman Thompson, Subcommittee Chairs Johnson and Stile, and my staff for your commitment for working relentlessly with the minority. Hearings are an opportunity for Congress and the American people to explore important matters of policy together. Whether we agree or disagree on policy, we hold them publicly so that our constituents can understand how we work to better their lives. This hearing would have served as a forum for financial services and agriculture members to learn from our panelists and discuss solutions to issues. And given the cross-jurisdictional nature of the work, a joint hearing has been very, very needed. While I understand the ranking member has concerns, but by objecting to this hearing, the ranking member is undermining the opportunity for these two committees to engage in a conversation of vital importance to the American people. That's a loss for our committees, the House, and the public at large. Those of us that remain in this room will not sit idly by and abandon the urgent work we have before us that our committees have set out to do. We will sit together, hear from these good witnesses, and ask questions and learn from your expertise. We'll do the difficult work of finding common ground on issues like digital assets that matter so strongly to Americans. We will try not to silence one another over policy disagreements. This is just the beginning of the discussion, and I look forward to seeing how we can move forward in a bipartisan way. I yield back to the chair.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Does the ranking member insist upon her objection?
I insist upon my objection, and I'd like everyone to join me in CVC room 217.
The objection to convening this meeting is heard.
Trump's crypto corruption.
The ranking member's objection to the meeting is heard. We'll now move on to a round table.
Mr. Chairman, may I be heard on the objection?
The ranking member of the subcommittee, Mr. Lynch, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, ranking and to my colleagues on the Agricultural Committee as well. Ranking Member Waters has objected to this hearing because of the clear conflicts of interest between President Trump and his family's personal crypto ventures and the legislative proposals our committee are considering. President Trump and his family are exploiting the presidency to enrich themselves using their personal crypto business, World Liberty Financial. Never in American history has a sitting president so blatantly violated the ethics laws.
I asked the ranking member. The gentleman was offered a moment to comment. The gentleman was offered a moment to comment on the objection. The gentleman is no longer recognized.
$2.9 billion.
The gentleman is no longer recognized. You will be recognized during this hearing.
Issuing a meme coin.
The gentleman, Mr. Lynch, would be noticed if he was in a hearing. He would have the ability to speak under the protections that are provided in the House rules. Ranking Member Lynch, you are no longer recognized by the chair. The gentlelady's objection is heard. We'll now move into
Mr. Chairman,
the round table.
my remarks be entered into the record.
It is too bad for the ranking member that it is not a hearing. If it was a hearing, the ranking member would be protected by House rules. There was an objection from the ranking member of the full committee.
On her objection, I object.
The committee, the objection is heard. The objection is heard, and we will now move into a roundtable. We want to hear from our participants who've traveled to share their expertise with us. And I would ask that participants make brief remarks. To keep our members on track, I'd also ask that they limit their comments and questions to 5 minutes. To open the roundtable, I'd like to ask Agriculture Subcommittee on Commodity Markets, Digital Assets, and Rural Development Chairman Johnson to offer remarks.
Well, a rose by any other name smells just as sweet. This is the second public event these two committees have done together. I think it's a remarkable degree of cooperation and partnership, and I think it builds on the work of last term where Democrats and Republicans, ag and financial services work together to get things done. And for me, today is we get so lost in some of the terminology. You know, what about the Howey test, and what about this, and what about, custody, and these things matter, but ultimately to me it comes down
You have a message.
Set subcommittee, or maybe it was the full committee, I forget, had a really good hearing a couple of weeks ago where we talked about the real world applications that, and Don Davis was there and helped me manage that subcommittee hearing where we talked about the real world use cases of digital assets and blockchain technology and how they can enhance the lives of everyday Americans. Mark Tague, a fourth-generation cattleman in Oklahoma, he co-founded Cattle Proof to improve those cattle markets. Mike Horton, an engineer in California, developed GeoNet to create an accessible worldwide precision mapping network. These are real-world problems that these gentlemen have used blockchain technology to help solve. Without tokens, the blockchain wouldn't work, and neither Cattle Proof nor GeoNet would exist. And so let's not forget these stories as we talk through the CFTC and the SEC and jurisdictional battles and the Howey test and decentralization, exempt offerings and secondary trading. This legal discussion only matters because if we get it right, it will empower entrepreneurs and it will encourage innovation. If we give Americans like Mark and Mike certainty about how to build with digital assets, they will create better services that improve our country. So to me, that's really the point of the hearing. The regulatory framework only matters because innovation matters. And I do want to close, Mr. Chairman, by thanking our panelists for traveling here, for taking their time to prepare their remarks and to help make sure that we get a better product. I would want to thank my colleagues on the other side of the aisle who stay here and continue to do their work. Ultimately, the world is run by those who show up. And for members who've shown up, they are giving a beautiful gift to these committees, to the House, and ultimately to the American people. With that, I yield.
Gentleman yields back. I now recognize the ranking member of the Agriculture Committee, Mr. Davis, to offer remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and to the witnesses who are here this morning. I strongly believe the future of American innovation depends on our ability to lead in the digital economy. Digital assets and blockchain technology are not passing trends. They are foundational technologies with the potential of revolutionizing everything from financial services and supply chains to how we deliver aid, store data, and connect rural communities to global markets. And if we want to ensure that innovation continues to flourish, we must provide a clear and forward-looking regulatory framework. And that means working to bring certainty to innovators, investors, and consumers. We must clarify the roles of the SEC and the CFTC, reduce regulatory fragmentation, and ensure the rules reflect the unique nature of this technology. I also emphasize the enormous potential digital assets hold for communities like the ones that I represent in Eastern North Carolina. This technology could unlock new pathways for rural development, financial inclusion, and economic resilience. But that can only happen if we create a policy environment that fosters innovation while upholding market integrity and investor protection. Let's be clear. American leadership in this space is not guaranteed. Other countries are moving quickly to attract talent, capital, and infrastructure. If we do not act with vision and purpose, we risk ceding that leadership, and with it, the value that define our markets. I look forward to working with my colleagues to ensure the United States remain a global leader. Thank you. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses. Now yield back.
I thank my colleague for his remark. I'll recognize myself. But before I begin my remarks, I would like to acknowledge what just occurred. For over a month, the majority on both the Financial Services Committee and the Agriculture Committee worked in good faith to organize this subcommittee hearing, desired to foster a really meaningful dialogue on digital assets and the legislative solutions needed to close the existing regulatory gaps. And while some of my colleagues have chosen to leave the room, our work continues undeterred. This legislation is simply too important to not engage in an open, public discussion about how the United States can lead in Web 3. I remain hopeful that we will soon recognize the stakes and the critical importance of robust, nonpartisan engagement in this process. More than 15 years ago, a 9-page document, the Bitcoin White Paper, sparked a shift in how we think about money, trust, and value. The idea that sparked the digital asset ecosystem. Innovators have since built decentralized networks that offer services once thought unimaginable. But innovation has not followed a straight line. Outdated regulatory frameworks and a regulation by enforcement approach by then Chair Gary Gensler and the Biden administration stifled clarity and pushed jobs, investment, and leadership offshore. Worse, the uncertainty has exposed consumers to greater risk from fraud and mismanagement. Congress has both the opportunity and the responsibility to act. We must pass comprehensive, bipartisan legislation that provides clarity and fosters responsible innovation. Last month, Chairman French Hill, G.T. Thompson introduced 6 core principles that now form the basis of the discussion draft on market structure released yesterday. Today's roundtable will evaluate those principles and address key questions about
who doing that type of shit right there, like that, right there. Hey, you all, if you're watching this, then I'm clearly ready to tell my story. This story is about how I have literally been stalked, harassed for 6 years by my ex's current girlfriend. She was stalking me during our relationship and afterwards until this day. She has been stalking me since, as far as I know, I think she's been stalking me since 2019. And this story is on how, like, I gave things the benefit of the doubt multiple times and have actually tried to be cool with the girl, but things always get weird and it's just a lot of red flags that I missed, and I hate that for me, but I'm ready to tell my story. It all started in 2019 when one day he told me that somebody knew about me, but I didn't know about them. So I instantly went through his phone, got on my FBI stuff, and found the girl. Biggest mistake of my life. I just want to disclaim, like, yes, I was naive, I was gullible at times. You know, years later, I look back and I realized that how much she, like, tried to manipulate things to go her way, sabotage my character, lied on my name to others to try to make them hate me as much as she actually does. And I have done weird stuff too, because I'm a person, unfortunately, I will get to reciprocating energy. Like, if you want to be weird, I can be weird too. But I'm so far past that, and that's part of me doing this story time, just to really wash my hands with the situation. But it's crazy. First mistake was when I found her Twitter and made a tweet talking about, like, you were so disappointed when you find out who you used to date. Because the first red flag I noticed once I found this girl's Twitter was that there were a lot of similar, not even similar, exact tweets that I had liked and retweeted that she had in the same chronological order. So I instantly knew, like, oh, you be on my page. Weird. I have no idea about you. Didn't know your name, so I went through this man's phone and had to do all my investigation, but you know exactly who I am. I've never seen you a day in my life. Okay. And literally that same day I made that tweet, she was on there dissing me right back. So I'm like, yeah, you just confirmed to me that you be on my page. Whatever. So boom, it gets to the point we going back and forth with the subliminal. She finally DMs me like, what are you know, I'm gonna screenshot and put it in here because I still got some receipts. So y'all, this is literally where it began. Long story short, I basically was like, stop texting my nigga. Like, and yeah, like.
All right, let's see if we can read a little bit of this. Since you feel the need to blank, blah, 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 said shit to your nigga 2 months. Damn. You know, it's cut off right here. And you fucking, you even fix your mouth to say shit about me. Anything I know is what a motherfucker telling me about you, period. And the fact that you made a tweet about me first is beyond me. Like, what's the beef? You got the nigga, okay? She say, number one, fuck. Hold on. Number one motherfucking problem was I keep seeing y'all texting and fighting. I'm like, who the fuck is this? He say it's your crazy ass. Said he fuck with your brother and he locked up, and y'all the only way of keeping in contact with you. But y'all just can't get along. I said, okay, cool. As long as it's just that. Then again, I see your ass in the messages, and it ain't never about your brother. You always talk about some shit. For what?
That one time I was done with, I was past that. But then 2020 came, and I went through his phone. Someone told me to go through his phone. She's DMing him from her cousin page, talking about come fuck my life up again and sending her number. So yeah, Twitter is my favorite app, y'all. I'm not telling y'all my Twitter, and if y'all find it, I'm gonna be shitty. But yeah, so I get on Twitter like, bitches, it's a weird press. I don't even remember exactly my word to word, but long story short, I was pissed that this bitch a year later is still texting my nigga trying to fuck with him. Like, let it go, sis. Seriously, like, and you. So girl, when I confront her about that, oh, somebody dared me. Bitch, it's 2021. Like, come on now. You, what the fuck? Somebody dared you. Bitch, like, please stop talking to me.
This is Douglas Monroe Appliance Repair. Who am I speaking to?
Mrs. Monroe of Monroe Appliance Repair.
You what?
I see you out and about. What you doing?
I'm making money.
I know that.
Now I'm getting ready to go eat somebody chicken and waffle.
No. That's why I was calling to let you know. Don't touch my chicken and waffle.
No. You said I'm taking it with me.
I know, and then I didn't realize I didn't have it until I was all the way down 7.
You know what? I realized the same thing.
Don't touch my stuff.
You got fish and chicken and waffle. I mean, you got all kinds of
good. So that means, I guess that means you're not taking me out for Friday. It's Friday.
Excuse me?
I guess that means you're not taking me out for Friday night.
You normally take me out, excuse you.
On my K week.
Put you in the Golden Corral card.
This is not my K week. Remember, on it.
How much on it?
60.
Oh, that's enough. We normally do do the senior citizen plate. Yeah.
That's where you want to go.
Sure.
All right.
But
it ain't gonna be till later though.
What's later?
You know, I gotta get my hair did. I got my.
Okay.
Matter of fact, let me call her right now. I gotta call and
just
see.
Go ahead and say goodbye to that chicken and waffle.
Don't touch.
Because I am hungry.
Chocolate.
You ain't gonna miss.
Don't touch me.
You ain't gonna miss. You didn't even want it. I'm so hurt.
Baby, I was tired. I was tired.
I was so hurt, but I kept it to myself. When I do cook, you don't eat. When I don't cook, you come with an attitude.
I knew you was gonna say that. I felt that in my bone that you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
I'm trying to do what she wishes, and I just can't make you happy.
Baby, you do make me happy. I was tired. What about my eyes? I could barely keep them open. I was so tired. Are you understanding and respecting that?
I was tired too. Shit, I did the whole yard, cut the grass, and cooked. Think I wasn't tired?
No. You know, eat Chipotle.
Next time I'm gonna let you cut the grass.
Then cook.
And cook.
And then what you gonna be doing?
I'm gonna teach you how to clean up the porch, rinse off the patio furniture, wash the windows, vacuum the floor. Teach you how to
That sounds like a damn maid, huh?
I ain't got time for no maid when I can do it myself.
Yeah, you need to get a maid, honey.
Nah, you need to get on your maid. I'm gonna order you a maid outfit, matter of fact. Amazon will get back.
Ah, the swan. So the swan es la que ella es la
So they have me work.
5 miles, ain't made his right turn yet. Totaling up traffic.
About to give your daughter the date for the honeymoon and see where we stand. Because you and I have not sat down and looked at anything. I don't know what's going on with you, but I am taken off of work.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, Bubby. Listen to what I'm
You
saying.
reading something to me?
I'm talking to you as I'm looking up your daughter's telephone number to text
I
her.
thought you was reading something.
No, our honeymoon date. Honeymoon date. Okay. And this is our honeymoon. I think, didn't I say?
I'm listening.
Oh. Didn't I send it to you?
Did you what?
The date for the honeymoon.
We haven't set a date yet. I know it's in September.
Baby, I did send you a text, remember, because you was going to give it to Derek for the hotel. Remember that?
Oh, well, I forgot. Because he was a total distraction. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just a total distraction.
All right. All right. So I guess we'll just sit down and talk.
The date again. I mean, I don't. Right now, I'm trying to get to May 17th, and then I'll worry about that when I get to it. Right now, I told you I don't like to put too much on my shoulder because it builds up stress. So if I could just do one thing at a time, it'd be less stressful for me. Right now, I'm focused on getting May 17th out of the way, and then we can focus on that after the fact.
You can honestly say May 17th is out the way. We have everything.
I gotta
yeah,
drive
but we.
there, I gotta drive back. I gotta get this weather done. I gotta feed everybody. I gotta say thank you. I gotta make sure.
I thought we was gonna drive together.
Oh, you gonna drive too?
Yeah.
You know you talk more than you act. Now we're gonna see about that shit. It's too dark.
Okay, as long as you get us out of Atlanta, you know, the first the first rest stop, I'll take it from there. You know,
off from your mama house.
Right. Yeah, I could do that.
Right from
what
your
time?
mama house straight to 20, just like you normally do.
So, what time are you picking up the car? Because that's what they want to know. What time are we picking up Mama? The aide and Nala, because they got to pack her suitcases and stuff.
Tell them to pack it as soon as possible.
Okay, so we going over there when? Saturday and Sunday, or
we're going over
just
there the day? She said I could.
Or just Sunday?
I'm picking it up on the 14th.
Oh, you are?
I gotta look at my contract again.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know you was gonna have it the day before we leave.
I gotta look at my contract again.
All right, let me know when you do that.
Right now I'm trying to drive.
All right, call me when you get home.
Okay, babe.
All right, babe. Love you, bye.
Love you too, babe.
Welcome to Granite Countertop Warehouse.
Everything else doesn't really matter. Well, that being said, I'm looking, Caroline Levitt's due to come out at 1 o'clock. Let's see if the media continues to do what they're supposed to do and not ask stupid questions. We shall see. All right, let's take some stuff for you guys. Yeah, Debbie.
Dr. Neshwat was pulled. She's heading here to the HHS. What happened with all that?
What happened with her withdrawal? We talked to Dr. Neshwat. We're going to put her at a very good place here at HHS. Casey Means, we felt, was the best person to really bring the vision of MAHA to the American public. She has this unique capacity to articulate it. She's written a book that really mobilized, galvanized the movement. She is an extraordinary. She is excellence in everything that she's ever endeavored.
Obviously, she's come under her own criticism about some of the things she's advocated for. She never finished her residency, and she doesn't currently have an active medical license. But that's not.
She was the very top of her medical class at Stanford. During her residency, she won every award that she could win. She walked away from traditional medicine because she was not curing patients. She couldn't get anybody within her profession to look at the nutrition contributions to illness. And she said, if we're really going to heal people, if we're healers, we can't just be making our life about billing new procedures. We actually have to figure out new approaches to medicine. And that's the kind of leadership that she's going to bring to our country.
And last thing on this, your former running mate weighed in today saying that she wasn't happy about this and said that you're somehow being controlled. Your decisions are being controlled. That's what she posted.
Listen, you guys are sitting here, 4 people who were all canceled during COVID.
Yeah, that's right.
Of these people are all, you've got the entire leadership of this agency is renegades who are juggernauts against convention and who are trying to look for truth no matter what the cost.
So nobody's controlling
Casey is among those.
Gentlemen, stand by if you would. We'll be right back to the
So, as you saw in my little cryon there, what is going on in influencer world, the influencer sphere, whatever an influencer is, yet to be defined, because I don't let anybody influence me other than my God and my wife, and of course my daughter. But what we're seeing right now, I've said it many times, I feel like Republicans don't know how to win. Now, in case you're wondering what this is all about, Nicole Shanahan, who is RFK Jr.'s running mate, came out and said that she felt she was being lied to, that something was amiss and that RFK Jr. was being controlled by somebody who isn't President Trump. Again, the vaguity and how they just say things without, hey, say it. Who's he being controlled by? We have a right to know. If you think he's being controlled by somebody, tell us. I am so over these people who put out these tweets. Oh, got something coming. Oh, wait till you see. Just say it. It's not an airport. Just say what you need to say. This isn't 1999. This isn't even 2012 where you had to do that kind of marketing. People are waiting. Just tell us what you have to say and let us decipher at this point. I think those of us who used to read some of the Q drops realize we're over that, like, oh, watch this, and future proofs past, and past proofs future, and all that crap. Now we're in a different age. We are in an information age. We all can talk. We don't have to talk in code anymore. Elon Musk freed us from that prison. Tell us what the problem is. Stop with the innuendos. Stop with the engagement bait. If you've got a story about, tell us. Don't say, oh, but tomorrow I'm going to drop something. Oh, wait, I got a good one coming. So we don't know what the hell you're talking about. We don't even know who you're talking to, and it seems like it's becoming the norm for so-called influencers. I'm over it. I don't know about you. You guys can play along. I'm done playing in that sandbox. Maybe that's why I'm kind of on the outside from these people, because I don't want to deal with it. I almost said the word. I almost said it. I am done with it.
If you got something to say, say it. Then we can determine whether or not what you say has any merit. But now, throwing stones from afar isn't going to cut it anymore. So, Nicole, I love you. I've supported you a long time. But if you feel that RFK Jr. is being controlled by somebody, tell us who. Why are we waiting? Why are we sitting around waiting for the drop? Who does she think he's controlled by? And then, of course, then the influencers all get in on it, and they start dropping all these mysterious posts. But the two people involved seem to be going right to the point. So, this woman, Casey Means, is replacing the other woman that RFK Jr. had put in for, Surgeon General. And then all kinds of stuff broke loose and people talking behind the scenes. Well, Casey Means came out and said that she's not going to take it. She's going to fight back. And she dropped something. So let's look in on what's going on here. Casey Means puts out this morning at 10 o'clock, Callie Means, her brother, I just received information that Laura Loomer is taking money from industry people to scuttle President Trump's agenda. Laura Loomer, if that's correct, sue me and let's do discovery. Do we really need this shit? I'm serious. Do we really need this? Every day it seems like I'm showing you Republicans don't know how to win. You don't do this. Winners don't do this. There's too many people on the fringe of the administration who are trying to get their nuts. You can't be a team when you have all these fringe players trying to get in the huddle. There's only 11 people in the huddle. Everybody else is on the sidelines. You're not in the game. You're a part of the team, but you're not in the game. It seems like everybody sees themselves as being in the huddle. You're not. Stop. So now this guy, Callie Means, which is Casey Means' brother, is now calling out Laura Loomer and saying, well, you're getting paid by people. Of course, at that point, Laura Loomer has to respond. You're full of crap, blah, blah, blah. You're a PR spin master. Funny how you never talk about your career in PR and crisis management, and you are threatened by access to President Trump and to the fact that blah, 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 and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You put this out in the public purview, and you're doing battle with somebody, and all it is serving is people who want to see Donald Trump fail. Shut up. Absolutely shut up. I don't think we need this, and if you feel like you need this engagement bait, if it's something you like the gossipy stuff, maybe you might want to examine things. At this point, this guy is trying to run the country. This guy is trying to lead us into a better world. And we've got all these people behind the scenes doing this kind of crap. And then Jillian Michaels gets in. Jillian Michaels, the trainer, trainer to the stars, whatever you want to call her. She jumps in, and then she says this. Casey Means, the doctor, graduated with honors as class president from Stanford Medical School. She then trained for 4 years in head and neck surgery. And then she goes on and on and on and on about this stuff. And Callie herself, the brother, he comes back in. It's been revealed to me that Nicole Shanahan is collaborating with influencers to sink Casey's nomination as Surgeon General and imply we aren't loyal to President Trump. The only substantive conversation I've had with Nicole was the day of Bobby Kennedy's endorsement of President Trump, something Casey and I worked tirelessly to make successful. And on and on and on and on and on. Who the hell is going to read all this? Who is going to read all of this stuff? At some point, you control this. And why I say you control all of this is because it's very simple. I want you to look at something and understand this, okay? When you see these posts and you see there's 308,000 people viewing it, and 838 comments, and 4,000 likes, and 543 saves, and Jillian Michaels has 231,000 views, and similar the amount of engagement on it. And Laura Loomer probably has 500,000, or where is it, 103,000. That's you. That's you. I don't mean you specifically. I mean you as a community. That's you all being voyeurs and watching from the outside, paying attention to this stuff. It doesn't make any sense why anybody is paying attention to the fringe. When we saw the other stuff yesterday with James O'Keefe, and I got a bombshell coming, I'm going into hiding, and nothing. I understand. And we have to remember that there are a lot of new Trump supporters. I often click on different people's profiles, which, let me show you exactly what I mean. So if you are to just click on somebody like this guy here, Callie Means, all right? You can see that Callie's been around since October 2008. I urge you to begin looking and see when people join Twitter/X. And you're going to see a lot of people who are MAGA people joined in 2021, 2023, 2024. They're babies. They're neophytes. So to them, a lot of what they hear is the bombshells and all this stuff. That's because they're new. They're feeding on the young, the chicklets on X, and getting them to click and get involved in all this stuff. And then those of us who unfortunately have been in this sewer called X and Twitter since 2008 and 2009, we've all seen this stuff. There is nothing that James O'Keefe is dropping that's new. Let me be the first one to tell you, none of it is new. We've seen it for like 5-6 years. None of it's new. I even showed you guys a video, which I can't show here, from an ABC host who said back in 2019, I believe that's 6 years ago, I got all the goods, videos, blah, 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 everything, Clinton, the whole 9 yards. None of this is new. Jeffrey Epstein was a scumbag. He did bad things. We all know it. We all know there's videos and all kinds of things. Everybody's running around looking for this damn list. Stop. If it comes, it comes. When it comes, it comes. But there are many of us who've been sitting around and we were just like you. Oh, we got to get them. We got to get them. Oh, that's nothing. Oh, that's nothing. And we realize if it comes, it comes. Because we were sitting on the dock fishing for 2.5 years. No bites. Nothing. So now we're all sitting back going, whatever, and we're watching the new fish come in and try to feed on this stuff and say, oh, he busted her, he got something. No. And we're watching influencers scream at each other. As far as I know, and I could be wrong, you could correct me, we voted for Donald Trump. We voted for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance together, a vice president and a president. Donald Trump then chose this person, that person, this person, that person. Every time I hear people say, oh, here's a vetting problem, and here's this, and here's that, and it just causes problems, and now, look. All of that tells you that you've voted for the wrong guy. You have to admit it. If you think that Donald Trump is making bad decisions and he's putting people in place that shouldn't be there, and he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's got somebody behind the scenes that is pulling his strings, then you're saying he's basically Joe Biden. Personally, I don't feel he's Joe Biden. Personally, I feel the man knows exactly what he's doing. Personally, I think he's got people around him who are much smarter and more strategic than any of us on the outside have a clue. I don't care who visits the White House. I don't care who thinks they have his ear. The only person I want to know how decisions are being made are coming from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And that's Donald Trump. All this other shit, and I'm going to use the word, sorry if it offends you, not sorry anymore, is fodder for idiots. I'm sorry if you follow some of these people and you think it's fantastic to sit there and, eat up on this stuff. It takes you away from what's mostly important. So I'm just asking you, treat stuff on X like you treat food going into your body. Don't take all your time, and you've heard the term signal versus noise. If you don't know the difference between signal versus noise, maybe you should, at this point, begin looking at that definition. Because we have a whole lot of people in MAGA world who are focusing on noise, not focusing on signal. What's most important? And what's most important is what Donald Trump says is most important, not what influencers say. And if you disagree, if you think for an instant that Donald Trump made this mistake or Donald Trump made that mistake, and I'm not saying he's Jesus, only one man walked on water as far as I know. Only one man was perfect ever. He may make mistakes, but he's not stupid. And if he sees that he's made a mistake, he's going to try and rectify it. And he's not going to rectify it based upon all of this crap happening. So let's keep our focus. Let's keep aligned on what's most important. If you see people in our community or elsewhere bitching about the Epstein list, tell them, chill. Absolutely chill with that. That's not what's in the top 10. It never was in the top 10. It was never in the top 20. In fact, it was never in the top 25 things that President Trump wanted to do. I'm sorry. Does that make you feel bad? Does that disappoint you? Well, then you should have done your homework and understood what he stood for and what his objective was going into office. Because it may have been the top 10 or 5 for some other people, some influencers, but Donald Trump never, ever once told you that his priority was releasing the Epstein list. And if you think I'm wrong, go look it up. That being said, welcome to the afternoon show. I'm just a little afraid listening to all these people moan and complain. It's beyond your control anyway. All it is for engagement. All it is to get people to look. I mean, they're actually talking about suing each other. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Everybody arguing for influence and engagement and, outside circle power. Doesn't matter who you listen to. Doesn't matter if you listen to me. Doesn't matter if you listen to Benny. Doesn't matter if you listen to Patrick Bet-David. You got to look at things in terms of their priority and what's being said. Everything else doesn't really matter. Well, that being said, I'm looking. She's due. Caroline Levitt's due to come out at 1 o'clock. Let's see if the media continues to do what they're supposed to do and not ask stupid questions. We shall see. All right, let's take some stuff for you guys. Yeah, Debbie, it's high school stuff. Exactly. He knows what he's doing. Okay, here we come. Barry, I'm sorry. You were saying stuff about Pam when she made that mistake. Also, you can be critical of Trump. If you're not critical, then you're blind and don't care about how anyone in here feels. See what I mean? The sky's blue. Oh, Barry, you said it was red. No, I didn't. I didn't say not to have critical thinking. I advise you to have critical thinking. I encourage you to be critical. But there's a point where critical becomes sophomoric. Critical is when you see something and you personally have the evidence and you personally have done the research and you can say, no, the sky is actually blue. I'm tired of you telling me the sky is red. I know for a fact the sky is blue. I have the information. You're being critical. You're objecting. Your second part of this, you can also be critical of Trump. Absolutely, you can be critical of Trump. But in the end, if you support him, you support his decisions. And what you just said to me, I don't care how anyone here feels, that's just the opposite. I'm trying to protect your feelings. You're not getting it. I am trying to help you. And I'm trying to tell you that some of the stuff that you think you're seeing that is bombshelling is old news. It's sour milk. It's chunky milk. You want to see stuff you haven't seen before? Let me know. We can cover those on Rumble. Let me know if you think this stuff is a bombshell. If you want to see, well, what do you know, Barry? You want to know? Because I'm sure there's some people in here who will tell you, I don't think you really want to know. If you think what James O'Keefe showed the other day in a 30-second clip was a bombshell, whew, boy, you got some educating. Be critical, but make sure you're being critical from a stance of understanding. You see, I've never, ever in my life painted something. My wife paints these things here. She paints those pictures. I love it. And if she put that brush in my hand, it would look just like what a Hunter Biden's painting. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know how the colors go together. I don't know how to do the shaping of items. So I can't really speak to it because I've never done it. So if you think you want to be, in the know about something, just let some of us know, and we'll be glad to do a show showing you some stuff. Barry, we all make mistakes, but most learn from our mistakes. I try to forgive for the reasons I am forgiven. Mercy received, mercy reciprocate. I completely agree. Frazzle drip, y'all ain't ready for that. oh, Harold, you are so right. They ain't ready for it. Let me see your bio. Let me see where you've been, because Harold's right. Y'all ain't ready for it. It's that, like Lee says, it's that vile. You don't want to know. See, unfortunately, there's been people like myself who have waded through this sewer and go, oh no, what did I just see? What did I just see? And I've told you the story. Robin came to me one night a couple years ago. She goes, what is this stuff that you guys are all talking about? Because we weren't using innuendos. Back then we could talk. And then all of a sudden they started deleting us, and so we couldn't talk anymore. But we would say, hey, did you see this? Oh, hey, did you see that? Many people today never seen this stuff. It's just like a mirage to them. They're like, what did you guys see? And I told her, I'm like, you ready? You ready to go there? Pray, and then I'll open that door and you can go where you need to go. And I told you the next morning I came downstairs and she was still in front of the computer crying. That's a good example. Until you have spent the night crying after what you've seen, on your knees praying, going, dear God, until you've felt that, you're going to keep thinking that what stuff you're seeing right now are bombshells. When you see grown men to their core throwing up because of what they've seen, when you've seen people unaliving themselves because of what they've seen, then you're going to realize, oh, this ain't nothing. It's out there. And I don't possibly can talk about it here. I don't even know if I could talk it about on Rumble. But that's why some of us are sitting back going, oh, bombshell? Seriously? Wow. Yeah. Marquis, been there. So there's some people here in the chat. And if you think, for an instance, that this stuff is something to play with, I'm going to tell you right now, it is evil person. It gets me worked up just thinking about what I've seen. It is evil personified to a point where I didn't know humans could do that to other humans. I didn't know that people could find pleasure in doing some of this stuff that I've seen. So excuse me if I'm a little bit jaded and I tell people, shut up, this isn't a bombshell, and that you're just teasing people. Oh, this list. You have no idea what this list means. If you think to yourself, oh, there's this list out there of people who have done certain things to certain people, and that's all there is? No, that's that. It's a lot deeper than that. And if you don't know, you're seeing it here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's war casualties on steroids. Yeah, and bingo. From what I've seen, you're exactly right, Free Butterfly. I don't want this released to the public. To me, I feel if this stuff is released to the public eye, we don't have enough counselors. We don't have enough people out there who, by mistake, will click on a button and may not come back from what they see. I remember when all this stuff was happening over in Desert Storm and all that stuff. And I've said this before. And me and my buddy were, we'd get up and we'd watch the bombs and everything. And remember what they were doing to people that they caught? How they were doing that? Can't say it here. Well, there were videos about it. And one day, somebody sent me an email. Have you seen this? This guy gets it. And I'm thinking, I've seen movies. I've seen what's happened in movies when they do things. How bad could it be? Oh my gosh. Grown men just falling to their knees going, oh my gosh, what did I just watch? Did a human actually do that to another human? So I don't want to go too, well, maybe I've gone too far already, but that's my basis. It's not about criticizing somebody. It's making sure you understand what you're criticizing. I don't care about the list. I want the activity to stop. And then eventually, when they get the time to do the other stuff, rescue the kids currently being hurt, rescue the women that are currently being hurt, stop the supply, turn the spigot off on the entire industry as much as you can. The people on that list, they know who they are. They're walking ghosts. They know eventually someone's going to come and knock on the door. Those aren't the priority. The priority are the people right now who are suffering. And so when you all clamor to see what James O'Keefe is going to drop, I'm pretty much going to tell you it's nothing compared to what's really out there. And it's all stuff that we've seen for some time, and it's just meant to titillate. You'll find out. You want to go start digging, you'll find out. All right, so it's 12. Oh, no, it's 1 o'clock. She has not walked out as of yet. We're waiting for her to arrive. This should be an interesting press conference. It's Friday, and there's usually not much news, so I'm surprised she called a press conference on a Friday. President Trump was active this morning, to say the least, in posting some things. I think we're actually going to hear some news over the weekend, but this is going to make markets move. China should open up its market to the USA. Would be so good for them. Closed markets don't work anymore. He also said 80% tariff on China seems right, up to Scott Bessent. Then I have to make 2 screens here because this is crazy how I don't want to miss it in case she walks out. Okay, let's get into this. All right. I just watched an exhausted, highly neurotic Stephanie Ruhle from MSNBC spew lies about tariffs, as do many others, in order not to give me the victory that they all see coming. Few people know Stephanie Ruhle, but I do, and she doesn't have what it takes. Our deal with the United Kingdom yesterday was amazing for both countries. And in addition to everything else, British Airways just ordered $10 billion worth of new Boeing planes. We're going to make a fortune with tariffs. Only smart people understand that. And Stephanie was never known as a high IQ person. MSDNC has become the voice of the Democrat Party, and they should be treated as a political advocate with all of the taxes and penalties therefrom. Their ratings are terrible, but Brian Roberts and his crew should be forced to tell the truth. Make America great again. So my segment that I'm going to be doing after the press conference is going to talk to you about what's going on with the media and these tariffs, and I'm going to show you how they're lying. I'm actually going to show you how they're lying. I'm not just going to say they're lying. I'm going to take the time to show you that they're lying. And President Trump, obviously, he knows. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what's revealed. He knows what's in the pipeline. So it's easy for him to say, you have no flipping clue. And this movie that we're watching, where we're watching the stock market do like this, we're watching Jerome Powell refuse to lower interest rates. They are doing everything they possibly can to suppress what's going on. They're trying to make it to the point where it doesn't explode in a good way, that we aren't prosperous, that we aren't successful. And that's directly pointed at you. Not going to hurt President Trump. The guy's got money. Elon Musk, it's going to hurt you. They don't want you to prosper. I got an email today. It was very odd. I assume I'm going to.
Six, 7, 8, 6, 8, 2, 5, 0.
So I'm going to Calhoun, Georgia in the morning, and I'm just trying to make sure he's going to be there. Hello, Mr. Couch.
Yes.
My name's Doug. I'm calling from Pulse. You requested a service call on your refrigerator?
Yes.
I'm just calling to confirm that I should be in your driveway 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Alrighty. My question is, I've got my Samsung. They say that the compressor and the internals are like under warranty. You guys deal with Samsung under warranty?
Actually not. But are you seeing any signs of no cooling in the freezer?
Yes. What's happening is I'm a technician by trade on automotive cars, and so I also have fixed appliances in the past. But this might it's blowing. It's cool from the middle of the refrigerator down, and on the freezer it's freezing from the middle down. Everything as you go up the shelves, each shelf is warmer and warmer. The tops, like the refrigerator is like at 48, I think, and the freezer is like 37. So it's like it's not. I think it's low on Freon myself because I looked at the compressor and around the compressor inlets, you can see corrosion.
Green.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering if it's got a leak there from manufacturer defect, and I know it's covered under warranty, but I don't know I want you guys to come out and look at it and see if my diagnosis is confirmed and how much it would cost for you guys just to fix it and trying to go through them. Sometimes going through, they were trying to send people out there. We didn't like the we looked at their reviews and everything. They sucked. So we decided to call you instead. So we're going to give you guys a chance. And, was it $89 for you to come out and look at it, right?
Right. But let me ask you a question. Is your ice maker connected?
No, I disconnected it because it was melting all over the floor.
Okay, so it wasn't making any more ice.
No, it was just making water.
That is a direct confirmation that you have a seal system problem, and you need to call this company back that got me, because I'm not an employee of Post. They called me.
Oh, okay.
You need to cancel this service request for tomorrow.
Okay, so who do I call for that?
You want to call Samsung back and schedule an appointment with a Samsung technician. He's going to give you the technician's name. He's going to give you his phone number and your authorization number. What you're doing is, you don't need me. You need Samsung. How old is the refrigerator?
Not that very old. It's like 2 years old.
Okay, so you're within the window of, watch this, the lawsuit. Okay.
Oh, I knew there was a lawsuit for certain stuff on those. Right. Yeah, if I don't know what I know now, I would never bought the damn pile of crap. So
right. So I'm trying to show you the right way to do it.
I appreciate it. So call Samsung directly and get them to come out there.
That's right. This is what you want to say. First, you call this company Post back and cancel it. Tell them you got a Samsung tech coming, because they won't let me. They won't let me cancel it. You got to do that. After that, there's a phone number inside the refrigerator, stamped against the wall with the 1-800 Samsung phone number.
Inside the actual door of the refrigerator? Or
when you open the refrigerator door, there's a stamp against the wall of the refrigerator, in the refrigerator, or the model, serial number, and phone number to call. When you open the refrigerator door, against the wall, normally on the left-hand side, there's a little sticker with the model, serial number, and phone number. Yeah. Take a picture of that and then call the number, because the first question they're going to ask you is the serial number to see if it's within the lawsuit. And just tell them the following. You have a confirmed, sealed, S-E-A-L-E-D, system.
S-E-A-L-L-E?
Sealed, S-E-A-L-E-D, sealed.
Oh, sealed. Okay, I can see now.
Sealed system failure.
Sealed system what?
Failure.
Failure, okay.
Basically, you're saying the compressor has failed.
Yeah.
That's the green stuff around the compressor.
Okay.
And if they want pictures, send them pictures. What they're going to do is they're going to confirm that your serial number falls within the lawsuit. Then they're going to give you the technician from Samsung's name, phone number, and when he's expected to arrive. And once they give you that information, they will also give you a confirmation or an authorization number. What happens is that technician's job is to do whatever he can to keep that refrigerator in your house. If he fails to get that unit cooling again, then a return authorization is authorized to what store that you buy it from?
Best Buy.
Best Buy will be paid to return that unit back to Best Buy, and a new one will be issued. That's because once Samsung takes that repair order under their wing, they're responsible for that unit to completion. And if it's uneconomical, which it probably will be, then they will have a return authorization issued to Best Buy to bring you a new one. You got to play the game. But you may have to pay a service call fee to pay the technician to come drive out there, because he's going to diagnose it under Samsung as a claim. And once you pay him the diagnostic fee, you don't care what they do, as long as you get either a new one or get that one repaired. You see how it works?
Okay.
But if you
inside the refrigerator, take a picture of that model number, phone number, call that phone number, tell them you have a confirmed sealed system failure. Yep. You need a technician to come out, and
you need to schedule an appointment.
Schedule an appointment. Okay. And then I'll get a confirm number and write that down, or hold on to it.
Yeah. Have a pencil and paper ready. Have a pencil and paper ready, and write down everything, including the person you're talking to. Make sure you get their name. So you because they'll try to fluff you. You know what I'm saying? But
I got you, because they're trying not to pay out because I know. I work at cars. Cars do the same thing. They try to pay out their warranties.
Right.
Yeah.
So write
All right,
everything
man.
down and the name and get the technician's name, number, and the day he's expected to arrive. And remember, there may be a trip fee to pay him for coming out. But once he comes out, that refrigerator belongs to him. Got it?
Gotcha.
All right. So I need you to first call Pulse back because they think I'm side jobbing. So I need you to cancel this appointment. And
Okay, I'll do that right now.
If you need me, my name's Doug Monroe. Save my number. Call me back if you need any help.
This is your number, right? This is your number, personal number?
Yes, sir.
All right, Doug. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, bye.